All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. And I had a very late start to this stream. We have missed the first. I've missed the first 10 minutes of the first quarter, or the first 5 minutes of the first quarter of this game. Oh boy! So, needless to say, I missed on quite a bit of game. However, we're here tonight. We give you the final stream for week number 5 of the UFL. I'd say we got a pretty good battle on our hands. We have the Michigan Panthers taking on the St. Louis Battlehawks. Panthers currently at 3-1. Battlehawks at 2-2 after they suffered their second straight loss to the Renegades last week. So, needless to say, both of these teams are due for a win right now. All right. So, looks like neither team has been able to find their momentum so far. Because right now it's still 0-0, and we have 9:05 left in the first quarter. All right, so I've received no word from Snark yet if he'll be able to join in with me or not. I guess we'll see what happens. But for now, we're going to go ahead and jump right into it here. So as it stands right now, we have a fourth down situation with the Battlehawks in possession of the football. There was a flag thrown that was originally called for roughing the passer against the Panthers, but was overturned. So it looks like the Battlehawks are going to go for a field goal. Pre-game odds coming into this game, the Panthers were a 1.5 point favorite, with the over-under being 37.5. All right. Here comes Blankenship for a 39-yard attempt. Good snap, good hold. And the kick is good. However, there is a flag. Well, penalty was on St. Louis, so they move back 5. Now it becomes a 44-yard attempt. So Blankenship steps back out there. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up. And it's good. The Battlehawks score the first points of the night. And the reason the officials picked up the flag for roughing the passer was a bang-bang play. The football was well past the quarterback had already thrown the football, and it was well out. And then the contact came in. So, not really anything worth of throwing the flag for. Okay. So St. Louis is off to a good start. They get themselves a field goal, and they have the first points of the night. Okay. Okay. Oh my god. Freaking local ads, man. What the hell? I'm watching this on ESPN and I'm still getting local shit. I don't get it. Like, I had to mute my phone because I'm actually watching the stream from my phone. So Rodrigo Blankenship scores the first points for St. Louis, and now he'll be ready to kick it away for the Battlehawks. All right, kick is away. And the return will get tackled at the 29. That'll be where Michigan will start their next drive. All right, so Bryce Perkins at quarterback for the Panthers. First down from the 28. Handoff. McCrary pushed pushes through defenders and is able to turn a negative play into a positive one, but he only picks up a single yard. Second down. Okay. Second down and 9. Perkins, under some pressure, immediately escapes it, throws, caught! Malik Turner makes the catch for the first down for the Panthers. Well, good on Bryce Perkins. There were two defenders putting pressure on Perkins, and he got out of there. On first down, Talua gets the handoff, and he'll pick up 3 yards. All right, second down at 7 coming up for the Panthers. Perkins steps back. Hit as he throws. Catch is made by Moore. Jalen Moore makes the catch for a gain of 6. It'll be 3rd and 1 for Michigan. Ooh, fought through all that contact that he took before he threw the football. Perkins was able to get rid of it. 3rd down and 1. Handoff. Breaks a tackle. Talua for the first down. Down to the 30-yard line of the Battlehawks. First down, Michigan. Taua. With the first down run. Now they're at the 30 of St. Louis. And a handoff to the third string running back, and he only gets a single yard. All right, second down and 8. Perkins steps back, throws, caught! Mariner for the first down. Panthers closing in. They have the 3rd best touchdown percentage in the UFL when it comes to the red zone. 13 possessions, 7 touchdowns. 3rd best rate in the league. First down from the 12. Perkins fakes the handoff. Caught! Touchdown! Touchdown, Michigan! Gunnar Oaks, the tight end, for 12 yards, and the Panthers respond. Eight plays, 72 yards, 4-minute, 39-second drive. They were quick about it. All right, now for the PAT. Panthers are going to go for 1. Perkins on the keeper again. Pass is going to be caught, but he will not get in. Picatinny attempted to get into the end zone, but no luck. Remains a 3-point game. Six to 3, Michigan. Wow. So I guess one thing I'll mention about the draft, Freaky Shador finally got drafted by Cleveland, but in the 5th round. Yeah, the 5th round by Cleveland. I don't think the round's going to matter. I think Cleveland has got themselves a franchise quarterback right there. Cowboys finally drafted a freaking running back, for crying out loud. And honestly, I'd say they've got themselves a good pick. They got none other than the speedster out of Texas University, Jaden Blue. Pick number 149, Cowboys go with Jaden Blue, speedster out of Texas. All right, so Football going back to the Battlehawks. We'll see where the Battlehawks will start their next drive. Now they have to answer. Let's see. Cowboys also traded up for inside linebacker Shamar James with the 204th pick in round 6. Cowboys got offensive tackle Johnny Cornelius out of Oregon. Round 7, they take a big run-stuffing defensive tackle, Jay Toya. They get another running back at pick number 239 in round 7. Phil Maffa out of Clemson. And finally, they go with their final pick of the 7th round. They go defensive tackle, Tommy Akingbisode out of Maryland. All right, so first down, only a gain of 3 on the run. Second down at 7. Jennings tries to run himself, and he'll get only 2. Brings up third down and about 5. All right, third down and 4. Duggan tripped up. That is going to be credited as a sack for Michigan. Fourth down, Battlehawks let the punt. Not what St. Louis was looking for. Hofrichter to punt it away. Xavier Malone to return it for Michigan. Kick nearly blocked. Malone fumbles it! Fumbles it and it goes out of bounds! Oh, boy. Malone had it and then muffed it. If it wasn't for the Battlehawks player that kicked it out of bounds, they probably wouldn't have even turned it over. Or would have turned it over. So because the kick went out of bounds, Panthers will start their next drive from their own 16-yard line. Here's Perkins. Throws. Caught! Mariner avoids. Oh, man, Mariner almost broke away for a touchdown. Oh. I thought Mariner was going to go all the way. He had running room. He just had one man to beat. He probably could have taken off and taken it for a score. But one Battlehawk defender tackled him at the very end to stop a touchdown. Siossi Mariner with the catch. First down for Michigan from the 29. Tawa gets the handoff. He'll get 7. Panthers will have to run one more play before the end of the quarter. Second down and 3 from the 36. Perkins throws wide open. Samson Nakua with the catch. First down, Panthers. This should take us to the end of quarter number 1. All right, first quarter is in the books. Panthers up 6-3, and they are gaining some momentum fast. We'll see what happens when the second quarter starts in just a moment. All right, let's switch over to the second quarter. All right. So it may look like the Panthers are going to have this victory, but we'll see what happens. So as for the Cowboys in the draft, all I could say is thank God they got a couple good running backs. For once, they were able to figure out what they were doing wrong and improve on it. Just turn it all around. Guess a couple of us Dallas fans ranting about how horrible the first 2 rounds were got them to get the running backs. I don't know what did it for them, but honestly, I'm just glad that we even got a running back in the first place. All right, second quarter begins with a first down for the Panthers from their own 47. Handoff. McCrary passes midfield and will pick up 5. Second and 6. Perkins throws. And a reaching grab and making it is Malik Turner. But it's a gain of only 1. Third down coming up. Third down and 5. Perkins throws. Caught! Oaks again. First down, Panthers. First down from the 41 for the Panthers. They're in Battlehawks territory. Handoff. McCreary this time cannot get anything. Second down. Perkins. In trouble. Runs. Looking. Time runs out. He's sacked. Sacked by the Battlehawks. Oh, time just ran out for Perkins. He could not find anybody whatsoever. And down he goes back at midfield. It's going to be a third down and long for Michigan. Oh, boy. Third and 17. Loss of 7 on the sack. Timeout, Michigan. All right, so they're taking a break for the timeout for Michigan. We'll have the third down play in a moment. All right, third down and 17 coming up for the Panthers after Perkins suffered a sack in one of the worst ways possible. The crowd in the dome is going crazy. Third and 17. Perkins. Tawa. And he gets a lot of the lost yardage back, but not enough for the first down. Brings up a fourth down. Offense seems like they're going to stay out on the field, and they may go for this. Oh, they're going for this. It's a 4th and 3. From the 35. Perkins looking. Caught! Turner! Did he get enough? Did Turner get enough? Malik Turner made the catch. He's very close to the line. We are waiting on the official mark to see if he had enough. Are they going to bring out the chains for this? Oh! By a couple of inches, he's short! Oh, man! Yikes! By a couple of inches, Turner is just shy of the first down. Oh, man. And the Battlehawks, with a turnover on downs, are going to take over. Wow. That is a terrible break for Michigan. Could have had 3 more if they went for the field goal. Took a risk, though, and it did not pay off. Now St. Louis takes over. Duggan throws to his left. Tipped in the air and incomplete, almost intercepted. Brings up second down. Second down and 10. Hand off to Sailors. Brought down to the 40-yard line for a gain of 8. It'll be third down and 2. Excuse me. Third down and 2. Sailors makes the catch. He's got the first down. Move the chains for the Battlehawks. Holy crap, man. On first down, Sailors pushes through the pile. And he'll pick up another Battlehawks first down. Jacob Sailors, man, that kid's a beast. First down from the 32-yard line of Michigan. Duggan on the keeper. He'll get a gain of 7. Oh, Max Duggan can run too. Bring up a second and about 4. Second down to 2 from the 24. Duggan throws, caught. First down. Jackson with the catch for the first down. On first down, Duggan on the keeper, to the 10, the 5, out of bounds at the 3. Max Duggan with a quarterback run, first down and goal. Nearly the whole Michigan defense was fooled. Oh boy, first down and goal inside the 5 for St. Louis. 4 rushes for 46 yards on the night so far. Okay, here we go. First and goal from the 2-yard line. And this play is blown dead. Timeout St. Louis. All right, first and goal, 6.5 left in the first half. Sailors to the right side. Sailors will be out of bounds at the 1-yard line. I really thought he had it. Another look to make sure. Oh. Yeah, he's out of bounds. That right foot stepped out before he crossed the pylon. So he was short at the 1-yard line. Brings up second down and goal. Quarterback sneak by Duggan. Flag is down. The sneak does not work. We have a flag down. The sneak does not work. And the Panthers were offsides. So it'll be a half the distance to the goal penalty, and we'll replay second down. All right. So I believe it's going to be at about the half-yard line now. All right, second and goal from the half-yard line. Duggan keeps it himself and scores! Touchdown, Battlehawks! What an answer by St. Louis! And the Battlehawks take the lead as the quarterback, Max Duggan, runs it in himself. Way to cash in on that turnover on downs after their defense got the stop on Michigan on fourth down. Battlehawks went the other way and took it in. And they now lead at 9-6 with the PAT coming up. All right, looks like the Battlehawks are going to go for one. Here's the conversion attempt. Sailors to the right. Trying to get in. And he will not get it. Just short. But it's still 9-6. Woo, baby. 9-6 lead for St. Louis. A great answer by St. Louis, might I add. Again, they stopped Michigan on a turnover on downs, and they took it all the way to the end zone. We got a game now, folks. Boy, do we have a game. We'll see how Michigan can respond, and if they're going to ride with Perkins, or are they going to switch quarterbacks? All right, here is the kickoff to the Panthers. Xavier Malone back to return it. Here's the return. Malone. 20. 30. And will get tackled at the 33. All right, and now a quarterback for the Panthers. They made a switch. Danny Etling now out there, quarterback for Michigan. Handoff. No, Etling keeps it. And the pass is incomplete. Tried to connect with Oaks. Second down from the 32. Etling completes it to Sheridan. And he'll get 8. All right, it's going to be third down and about 2 for Michigan. All right, third down and 2 for Michigan. Handoff. First down for Tawa. Excuse me. On first down, Etling going deep. Oh, just a little bit too far. Overthrows his receiver by a couple of yards. Second down. All right, second down and 10 for the Panthers. And they have to call a timeout. Timeout number 2 for Michigan. Second down, there is a whole bunch of movement, and they throw flags. False start on Michigan. Victor Kern at number 60. Moving back 5. It'll be second down and 15. On second down, it is going to be tipped and incomplete. Edling had to do all he could to get rid of that football, and it was a dangerous throw as it got tipped a couple times. And fortunate that wasn't picked off. It fell right into the hands of a Battlehawks defender, too. He had it. It slipped out of his hands. Oof. Terrible break for the Battlehawks. 3rd and 15. Etling looking. Throws. Caught! Nakua never got out of bounds. Nakua! Down inside the 15-yard line. Holy crap, how about Samson Nakua? He tightrope down the sideline. Oh my God! Holy crap. I don't know if that angle is enough to confirm that he stepped out or not, whether he stepped out or not. Still, though, Samson freaking Nakua, man. Undoubtedly a relative of Puka Nakua, but jeez. So it looks like they rule him out of bounds at the 44-yard line of the Battlehawks, but it still is enough for a first down. And we are now at the 2-minute warning. Again, Michigan still picked up a first down. It's just a little further back than they wanted it to be. Just like last night's game, this one's proven to be just as chaotic as last night's. All right, here we go. Coming out of the 2-minute warning. First down for Michigan. Etling on the keeper. Incomplete, dropped. Off the hands of Malik Turner, second down. And a flag gets thrown at the end. And it is an eligible man downfield on the Panthers, so that's coming back. First and 15. Etling, quick throw, incomplete! Another dropped pass. Second down at 15. Etling. Flags come down on this one. They may get called for a false start. Another Michigan penalty. False start. Remains second down, but it is second and 20 now. And the pass is picked off! Intercepted! Down inside the Panthers' 30-yard line! What a turn of events for the Battlehawks! Intended for Mariner. Pass was too high, and a diving interception made, and the Battlehawks take over deep in Panthers territory. They needed this so badly. That is Kelly, number 4, with the interception. On first down after the pick, Duggan throws, caught! Sutherland for the first down and goal. And a flag gets thrown late at the end. Jake Sutherland with the catch for now. Oh, that penalty is huge. Roughing the passer on Michigan. And that penalty is going to take the ball to the 2-yard line. First and goal, Battlehawks. From the 2. Sailors looking, trying to run, will not get there, forced out of bounds at the line. Michigan tracks him down. Second down coming up. Second down and goal. Hand off to Sailors. A flag is down as he'll get 1 yard. Prior to the snap, there was a false start on the Battlehawks. And this penalty requires a 10-second runoff, so there are going to be 38 seconds left on the game clock. It's still second and goal, and they will move back 5. They're backed up to the 8. Second and goal. Duggan, gonna try to run it himself. Duggan, touchdown, Battlehawks! He's done it again! Max Duggan, all the way in for St. Louis. 8-yard rushing score. His second rushing touchdown of the night. Holy cow! What can't this guy do? 6 rushes for 55 yards and 2 touchdowns. Max Duggan has proven himself worthy in St. Louis. That is insane. Battlehawks going for 2. Duggan throws. Lolcat is made. Jake Sutherland converts. 17-6 for St. Louis. Holy cow. And that touchdown was all because of Danny Ettling's interception. Battlehawks have been cashing in 14, or is it 14? 6? No. 8 and 6, so 14 points off of takeaways for the Battlehawks. Man, oh man. All right, here's the kickoff for the Panthers. Malone on the return and tackled at the 20-yard line. First down. We're at the half, folks. All right, so Battlehawks are leading at 17-6 at the half. All right, I'm going to go get my dinner and put some laundry in. I will see you guys at the second half. I'll be back. All right, we're ready to get started with the second half. I almost forgot to mention it is going to be St. Louis who starts the battle. The battle? No, who starts with the ball first. All right, away we go, and we continue from St. Louis. Tackle it around the 26-yard line. Max Duggan, the star of the night, goes back to work for the Battlehawks. Handoff. And 1 yard only. Second down. Second down and 9. Duggan airs it out. Incomplete. There was a lot of contact, and they're going to throw a flag. They're going to get the Battlehawks for offensive pass interference. Wait, what? They called it on the Panthers. That looked like it was offensive interference. What did the Panthers defender even do? They call it on the Panthers. That should have been offensive interference, not defensive. And rightfully so, the Panthers used their super challenge. Oh, come on, Blandino. Are you kidding me? The ruling stands. The Panthers get called for defensive pass interference. I don't understand it. The receiver had both of his arms wrapped around the defender that was covering him. How was that not offensive PI? That makes no sense. And the Panthers lose the super challenge and the timeout. Here's a handoff on first down for the Battlehawks, and they will lose a yard. The Panthers got robbed. That was absolutely ridiculous. St. Louis got absolutely robbed. They lose the Super Challenge. They lose their first timeout, and it remains defensive pass interference. That is ridiculous. Second down. Toss to Jackson. He'll pick up 8. Third down. And because the Panthers lost that Super Challenge, they cannot challenge for the rest of the game. On third down, Duggan keeps it, gets the first down and more. Man, this quarterback is having a hell of a night. Seven rushes for 70 yards on the night for Max Duggan. On first down, handoff. Sailors pushes through and gets 9 on the run. Duggan on 2nd and 1. Passes incomplete in the end zone. Third down and we have a flag. Dang. Roughing the passer on the Panthers, and that is actually the right call that was made. Frank Ginda, the linebacker of the Panthers, gets flagged for roughing the passer. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down for the Battlehawks. Duggan on the keeper. Max Duggan out of bounds inside the 10. Gains 3, second down. Second down at 7 from the 8. Reverse. Darby. Nowhere to go. Will not work third down. Third down and 7 coming up for St. Louis. Third and 7, Duggan throws, pass is caught and will not even be close to the goal line. Fourth down. And now Rodrigo Blankenship Comes down for a field goal try. 28-yard attempt. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is good. 20-6. Battlehawks with a massive lead. All right, here is the kickoff. Here's the return by Xavier Malone. Malone to the 25. First down for the Panthers. Handoff as Perkins is back at quarterback, and he doesn't go anywhere. Oh, boy. Oh, excuse me. Dadgummit. And we have an injured Battlehawk on the field. Austin Fowlew. One of the offensive linemen is down for the Battlehawks. Or, sorry, defensive lineman. Third down for the Panthers. They sneak. Looked like he got it. He did. First down. Stop highlighting the text. Click the dang button. Golly. First down. And McCrary picks up 9 on that run. Second down. Second and short. Another run. Another first down. On first down. Perkins throw. Completes to Turner and will step out. Second down at 6. And Hicatini will get the first down for the Panthers. Okay. All right. First down for the Panthers. Tawa will only get to the 30-yard line of St. Louis. Second down. These things together. Second down and 6. Perkins. Oh! Connects with Mariner, but he's a yard shy. Third down coming up. It's a third down and 1. Tawa will get it. First down, Michigan. First down from the 22. Perkins throws it. McCrary will be pushed out of bounds at the 20 for a gain of only 2. Second down. Second down and 8. Perkins throws for the end zone. Caught! Touchdown, Panthers! Malik Turner for 20 yards. And it's back to a one-possession game as the Panthers get a score they had to get. They needed a touchdown, and they got themselves a touchdown. Exactly the answer they were looking for. All right. They're going to go for 2 here. I accidentally hit something with my foot. All right, here's the 2-point attempt. Perkins, end zone, it is caught! Hicatini with the catch, and it's a 6-point game. Wow. What an answer by Michigan. That was a score they needed to get. The difference is 6. 1 touchdown from Michigan could tie this up. Suddenly another good game just like last night. All right, I'll be back in a moment. All right. All right, here we go. Third down and 8 for the Battlehawks. Oh, and Duggan sacked! Oh, boy. Well, I came back to witness a Battlehawks drive come to an end. That was quick. Fourth down, Battlehawks let the punt. Here's the punt to Michigan. Malone on the return. Inside the 40. Inside the 45. Making some moves and goes back inside the 40. But still, they're going to be at their own 43-yard line. All right, first down for Michigan. On first down, McCreary gets the handoff and nothing. Nothing. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter. All right, third quarter is over. Fourth quarter will start in just a moment. All right. All right, second down as we start the fourth quarter. Perkins throws to his left. Pass is caught. Mariner down the sideline. Inside the 15-yard line. First down, Michigan. Oh, man, oh, man. COC Mariner. 45-yard reception takes the Panthers to the Battlehawks 12. First down. Towel on the handoff, and he'll only get a yard at best. How's this for stats for Bryce Perkins? 17 for 18. You heard that right. Only one incompletion, 191 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Perkins. Second down and 9. Tala pushes through. Down at the 5. Third down and short coming up. Third and 3 from the 5. Back to Tala. He gets the first down. He gets the touchdown. Tala is in. Touchdown, Panthers. We are tied. Tala. A 5-yard rush ties the game up at 20-all. The Panthers have completed the comeback. Now, how many points are the Panthers going to go for? As we go now to the PAT. They are going for 1. Here's the conversion attempt. Handoff. McCreary. Got it. Nate McCreary is in. Panthers are on top. They have come all the way back from the massive deficit they had early on in this game and have a 1-point lead over the Battlehawks. Michigan was down 2 scores at halftime. And in the second half, the Panthers have accomplished an incredible comeback to take the 1-point lead right now over St. Louis. It is insane what we have seen out of Michigan so far in this second half. For them to take the lead after, again, being down 2 scores at halftime. Question is, can St. Louis respond? They haven't been able to do it. All right. Who would have thought we'd see this happen? Oh, yeah, by the way, if you bet on the over for this game, congrats. You won. Over 37.5 points were scored. Here's the kickoff to the Battlehawks. Good return inside the 30. Okay. So the Battlehawks have to answer. No questions asked. Here we go. First down from the 32. Handoff. Sailors. Jacob Sailors gets a yard on that carry. Man. Second and 9. Duggan wide open. Hakeem Butler is gone. Touchdown, Battlehawks. Hakeem Butler scores. And the Battlehawks are back on top. 67 yards. 67 big ones. What an answer by the Battlehawks. Hakeem Butler responds in just a few plays from scrimmage. St. Louis is back on top once again. Holy crap. Battlehawks are going to go for 2, and I can see why. They get this, they would force the Panthers to get the touchdown and the 1-pointer. Duggan, quick throw. Here's the attempt. Sailors will not get it. Wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage, it remains a 5-point lead. Holy crap, though. What a game. What a game. Oh my God. This is going down to the wire, folks. Hakeem Butler with his first reception this season. He had a hamstring injury that kept him out for 4 straight games. And what a time to make your first reception of the year. Hakeem Butler. St. Louis fans are glad to have him back. Wow. This has been a great game to witness so far. Here's the kickoff. Here's the return by Malone. Down at the 23. Panthers are going to have to try to answer here. 11:48 left in this game, so still plenty of time. First down. Perkins throws to his left. Pass is caught by Turner. Was he in bounds? Yes, it's a catch. First down, Panthers. And with the touchdown reception by the 67-yard touchdown reception by Akeem Butler, that's now the fourth lead change tonight. The Battlehawks have never lost 3 consecutive games in UFL history. They've lost 2 straight. They lose this. It's going to be the first time that this team has suffered a 3-game losing streak. First down for Tawa. He picks up 2 on the carry. Man, oh man, what a game we got going on here, folks. 11 minutes left and counting. 2nd and 8 coming up. Second down and 8. Perkins looking. Over the middle. Pass sails incomplete for Turner. A big 3rd and 8 coming up for the Panthers. Oh, baby. Crowd is erupting at the Dome. 3rd and 8. The Panthers have got to convert this. Perkins, and they will not. And it's intercepted. Back the other way for the Battlehawks. There is a flag down. The pass is intercepted. The Battlehawks brought the blitz. The pressure got to Perkins. Throws it away. Picked off by St. Louis. Defender takes it all the way to the end zone. But what is the penalty? We do have a flag down, so let's check the penalty first before assuming anything. Oh! Whoa! Oh my goodness. Travis Feeney of the Battlehawks gets flagged for roughing the passer. It erases the interception, and it's an automatic first down for the Panthers. Oh, and Etling is going to come out there as Perkins is on the sideline. Perkins may be hurt. McCrary on the handoff. He gets a couple of yards on the carry. Oh, and he's holding on to that right hand. Oh, boy. Gain of only 1, 2nd and 9. Just over 9 minutes left in this game. Second and 9. Etling still at quarterback. Movement before the snap. Flags come down. Jim Okorafor. Flags for a false start on the Panthers. They move back 5. It'll be 2nd and 14. The crowd is just getting louder in the dome. 2nd and 14, 8:56 left. Over 30,000 in attendance to watch this Battlehawks team. It's crazy. Etling throws, caught. And Mariner will pick up only 6. And another big 3rd down coming up. It's going to be a 3rd and 9. Oh, boy. What a game we've got going on here. Third and 9. Here come the Battlehawks. Etling throws. Incomplete. Flags are down. Flags are down. There was contact before the ball came the receiver's way. They're going to get the Battlehawks for pass interference. Chris Payton-Jones on Mariner. That's going to be pass interference on St. Louis. Automatic 1st down for the Panthers. They get bailed out by another penalty and keep their drive alive. 8:15 left in this game. Again, coming into this, the Panthers were a 1.5 point favorite on the road. The over-under was 37.5. The over has been achieved. And the Panthers chose to decline the 15-yard penalty because more yardage was gained on the catch. So there was a catch made for the 1st down. The incompletion was complete. 1st down from the 18. Tawa through the offensive line gets about 6 yards. And Bryce Perkins coming back out there at quarterback. So Perkins seems to be all right. Etling has done his job. All right, Perkins back out there at a 2nd and 4 after a gain of 6 by Tawa. 2nd and 4. Tawa down the middle. 1st down at the 3-yard line. 1st and goal, Panthers. Toa Tawa has been a dynamic running back for this Panthers team. He's had crazy stats. 12 rushes for 63 yards and a score on the night. Hasn't been super productive, but he's done enough. 1st and goal from the 4. Tawa again pushes through. Tawa! Got it! Touchdown Panthers! Tawa has done it again! Michigan back on top! Toa Taua has his second touchdown of the night, and Michigan has the lead back. Oh, man. 9 plays, 77 yards, 5-minute, 4-second scoring drive. Again, another touchdown that they had to get. And looking at this, oh boy. Panthers going for 2 here on the PAT. Perkins on the snap, under some pressure, gets out of it. Perkins throws, out of bounds, incomplete. And a collision between 2 Panthers receivers as both of them are down. And Moore took the bigger impact. He's still down. That's now 5 lead changes in this game. But Moore is hurt on the collision. Collided with his own man as he tried to make the catch for the conversion. He still has not gotten up. Conversion's no good. It's a 1-point lead. Oh, baby. Crazy game we've got going on here, folks. Man, oh man, folks. Again, 5 lead changes in this game. Keep in mind, the Panthers were down 2 scores at halftime. It was 17-6 when the first half was over. Panthers have rallied and have scored 21 points so far in this second half. Battlehawks have only been able to get 9. Toa Taua tonight has had 13 rushes for 67 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's just one of the many factors that have contributed to the Panthers coming back from being down 2 scores at the half. It is insane what the Panthers have done in this second half. They have exploded. They didn't have much going on in the first half. But when that halftime break was over, the Panthers took off, never looked back. Kickoff going back to the Battlehawks. Here's the return and forced out of bounds. Battlehawks will have good field position, as I believe he was tackled around the 40-yard line. 5 lead changes. The largest lead in this game was St. Louis by 14. First down for the Battlehawks. Hand off to Sanders. Or Sailors, excuse me, not Sanders, Sailors. Only a gain of 1. Second down. Coming up on 6 minutes left in this game. 2nd and 9. Option pass. Launching it. Got it. Gone. Touchdown. Hakeem Butler has done it again. Oh my God. What is going on here? This is insane. I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. This guy makes his return after a hamstring injury, breaks away for another massive touchdown. 57 big ones, and the Battlehawks are back on top. Wow. 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 That is lead change number 6, folks. You can't script this. Look at this night that this guy has had. Just 2 receptions for 124 yards and 2 scores. Insanity unfolding in St. Louis right now. Battlehawks going for 2. Pearson will try to get it, and he won't even be close. Conversion's no good. The lead is back up to 5, but I'm still in disbelief. Again, keep in mind, Hakeem Butler was out for 4 straight games due to that hamstring injury before the start of the season. And this guy has shined in his return. His first game of the 2025 season, and has had 2 massive receptions for touchdowns. Unbelievable. And it wasn't even the quarterback that threw it. It was a wide receiver from one to another. And the Battlehawks are back up by 5. This is insane what we're witnessing here. Again, you can't script this at all. This is unreal. Blake Jackson was the man who threw the football, and Hakeem Butler makes the catch once again. Craziness has unfolded in St. Louis. I'm surprised I still have a voice. There were so many voice cracks on that live call, but you know what? I don't care. This game has gone down to the wire. Kickoff back to Michigan. Here's the return by Malone. Tackle near the 35-yard line. Oh my God. And now with that score by Butler, this has now become the highest scoring game in the UFL of the season. First down from the 33. We still have under 6 to go here. Tallow will get 3 yards on the carry. Oh my God. What is going on here? Second and 7. Perkins throws, caught, Tala to the 40. A gain of 4. Third down coming up. 5 minutes remaining in this game. This has been a nail-biter of a game. Again, the highest scoring one in UFL history, and we are witnessing it live, if I can speak and find my English. 3rd and 3. 4:40 left. The Battlehawks try to blitz them. Seems like they will. Perkins going to try to run it. Oh, that doesn't work. Short by about a yard. 4th down. You know, it wouldn't surprise me if Michigan goes for it here. At this point, with 4 minutes left in the game, they should be going for it here. There's no question in my mind that they with what's on the line here, I wouldn't be surprised if they go for it. Timeout called by Michigan. They use their second one. This is big. 4th and 1. With the Panthers only having one timeout left, if they don't get this and it becomes a turnover on downs, they may have difficulties trying to get it back for another opportunity. Panthers have to get this in order to keep the drive alive and pretty much their hopes of winning alive. I will say one thing. I'm listening to the feed of the game live here and watching this on my big screen TV through a Hulu subscription, and holy crap. Joe Tessitore calling this game is amazing. All right, 4th and 1. This is big from the 42. Tawa got it. 1st down, Panthers. They keep it alive. He gets 4. Not a problem for the running back. To'otal has had 15 rushes for 74 yards on the night, and those 2 touchdowns. Panthers keep their drive alive. 1st down from their own 46. Perkins looking, throws. Oh, a jumping catch! Samson Nakua makes the grab. 1st down, Panthers. What a grab! Had to jump for it, but boy, he took advantage of it. Right on the money to Samson Nakua. Great catch. 1st down. Look at this. 20 for 22 on the night for Perkins for 225 yards and 2 scores. From the 38. McCrary, the other running back, gets the handoff. He'll pick up 4. We're coming up on the 2-minute warning, folks. Panthers don't have to run a play here. They could take it to the 2-minute warning if they want to, but it's entirely up to them. And I think that's what they're going to do. I don't think they're in formation yet. Nope. So we are at the 2-minute warning, folks. Just 2 minutes left in this crazy game of the UFL. Undoubtedly the craziest game we have ever streamed on this. Like, this is crazy. The final 2 minutes are coming up in just a moment. Oh, man. So, in terms of the standings, Battlehawks are third in the XFL conference at 2-2 with a conference record of 1-2. A win for them would put them still in third. The Panthers currently have the lead in the USFL conference because the Stallions lost last night to the Showboats. So, if the Panthers win this game, they're going to have a pretty sizable lead in the USFL conference. This game is big for both teams. And you know the crazy thing? I'm just now seeing the date for the UFL Championship. I'm not even kidding when I tell you this. That's going to be on my birthday. Saturday, June 14th is when the UFL Championship will unfold, the day I turn 25. Oh, boy. All right. 2nd and 7 coming out of the 2-minute warning. Here's Perkins. Hit as he throws. Incomplete. Battlehawks brought the pressure. Taumui Penu of the Battlehawks provided the pressure. He just got right into Perkins' face. He never saw it coming and had to get rid of it quickly. A big third down coming up yet again. It's 3rd and 7. Minute 57 to go. I would imagine it becomes 4-down territory at this point in the game. On 3rd down, Perkins. They whistle the play dead because we have a flag. Oh! Wow! The play clock was at 0 when they snapped the football. No wonder they whistled it dead. Delay a game on the Panthers. They go back 5. Oh, it now becomes a 3rd and 12. Oh, my God. 3rd and 12. Perkins looking, throws, tipped and incomplete. Oaks wants a flag, will not get it. 4th down. And because they lost the Super Challenge so early on in the second half, they cannot challenge the no call. So now it's 4th and 12. Crowd in the dome going at their craziest. 4th and 12, game on the line for the Panthers. Crowd fired up at the dome. Perkins looking, throws, caught! And Willis will not get it! No, Willis, Turner. He doesn't get it. He's short by a yard. Turnover on downs. I mean, Turner wasn't even close. Oh my God. Unbelievable. By 21 inches, the Panthers were short. The Battlehawks take over, and they may have just iced this game. Hand off to Sailors. They're trying to pick up a first down to ice this thing, and Sailors gets 9. Final timeout used by Michigan. Eight yards gained by Sailors. 2nd and 2, 1:36 remaining. Panthers are out of timeouts. Bryce Perkins and Max Duggan have had some amazing nights. This has been a battle of the quarterbacks. Two great quarterbacks just duking it out in this game. 2nd and 2. Sailors has got the first down. This game is over. The Battlehawks are going to win this thing. That first down run by Sailors is going to do it, folks. It is over. Only 2 kneel downs is all it takes for Max Duggan to just end it. Wow. What a game, folks. What a game. 6 lead changes on the night. Panthers had one final opportunity, but they could not do it. By 21 inches, the drive is over, and they will fall to the St. Louis Battlehawks, and that means the St. Louis Battlehawks will keep their streak alive. Have not lost 3 straight. They will not do it tonight. Max Duggan has had one heck of a night. And that final kneel down is going to do it, folks. What a game we just witnessed in St. Louis. Again, 6 lead changes on the night. What a battle that went down to the wire. But it is the St. Louis Battlehawks who come away with the victory, 32-27. Battlehawks improved to 3-2, and they keep themselves alive in the XFL Conference. But for the Panthers, suffering this loss, they remain tied with the Stallions for the lead in the USFL Conference. But man, what a game this was. A total of 59 points scored in this game. I can't stress this enough. 6 freaking lead changes all night. But the Battlehawks were able to hold on and win it. So with that said, folks, 32-27, St. Louis takes care of business. They win an amazing game, the highest scoring UFL game of the season so far, and definitely the craziest. This was an amazing game to watch. I'm so thankful that I was able to stream this live for you all so you can see my amazing reactions to these plays, because my God, there were some crazy ones that I witnessed. They all unfolded. Crazy plays that unfolded live. Holy crap. What a freaking game, man. But it's the Battlehawks that come away with the victory. And that's going to wrap things up here for this stream, guys. Thank y'all so much for watching. Unfortunately, that brings us to the end of Week 5 for UFL streams. But hey, we will be back next Friday night. So, folks, that's it for me stream-wise. This was a chaotic weekend for streams. Thursday, we had night 1 of the NFL draft. Last night, we not only had night 2 of the draft, we also had the opener between the Showboats and Stallions, which amazed me that the Showboats were able to stun the Stallions on the road to pick up that win. And this game that we just witnessed to close out this weekend, Battlehawks improved to 3-2. They're still third in the XFL conference, but they remain in the thick of things, and that makes the battle between the Defenders and the Renegades tomorrow very important. Panthers still hold the lead in the USFL conference, but again, 3-2 overall, 2-1 in the conference record, exact same records as the Stallions right now. They are both neck and neck in that conference. Winner between the Defenders and the Renegades tomorrow will have the top spot in the XFL conference. Loser will remain tied with the Battlehawks. But man, congratulations to the St. Louis Battlehawks and their massive fan base that came out to witness this amazing game tonight. Holy crap. This was fun to witness. Truly was. So thanks everybody for watching. Let me take a look at what streams we've got on the docket for week number 6. But yes, as I mentioned earlier as well. Oh God, the Liberty Mutual kid. Let me get that out of here. So, as we look ahead to week number 6, next week we will open up with a crazy game, folks. We will remain in St. Louis once again, as they will open up week number 6 at home as they host the Arlington Renegades. This is the rematch because remember, these two teams faced off in week 4. And it was the Renegades that destroyed the Battlehawks at home 30-15. Now they switch. Battlehawks will host the Renegades to open up week 6. So there's that game. Let's see. And then it looks like the only other game I could be doing on would be the following Sunday on May 4th, where the Brahmas would be on the road to face off against the Stallions. So you're going to see at least one stream from me at minimum. Maybe 2, depending on how quickly I can get home on next Sunday. But either way, this was a chaotic game, man. I'm so glad I got to witness it live. So thanks everybody for watching. This has been UFL Week 5 and the NFL Draft for 2025. We'll be back next Friday. Till then, I'm JC signing off. Have a safe week, and let's meet back here next Friday night as we kick off another week of the regular season of the 2025 UFL season. Peace out, everyone. What a fucking game this was. Holy shit.